Hey guys, welcome to the Titanium Vault. I'm your host, RJ Bates. Today I'm sitting down with my good buddy Quentin Flores. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for having me again, bro. It's an
Yeah,
honor.
so today is a special bonus episode. We're talking about the GroundZero event that's coming up later this month in February. Q, take it away. Tell everybody what is this event about and what's it going to be like.
Man, I'll tell you, bro. So I have been planning this since May of 2019. And the reason that it all came together, and for some of you guys that are listening to this, I'm not trying to get all biblical on you, okay? This isn't like a support 100% Christ RJ Bates podcast. It's not the direction that I'm trying to go, right? But for the longest time, guys, I always felt like God was absent in my life, and I want to really, reiterate on that. He was always there in my eyes, right? But just not present the way he is now that I've given my life to him. And with that being said, not once did I ever feel like he spoke to me. And a year and a half ago, I would say it was about like late 2018. I was the first time I had ever felt like something spoke to me. And they based it like it happened in a dream. And I'm going to be very straight up. Like, this is as real as I've ever been, man. But, for you guys that have had an experience about this, I hope you align with it. For you people that don't, one day it just hits you and you realize what you got to do, right?
Right.
So, something told me to bring people together, to have a community of people that are at the bottom level and show them how they can create massive amounts of wealth just for themselves, and not in the form of money, but in time, in family, in health, and in knowledge. Because ultimately, guys, those are the things that you take with you to the grave. You know what I mean? So in my eyes, I would just felt like when he spoke to me and he told me this, I just started creating the vision of it. And it started out with the YouTube channel. It started out with me starting to promote myself. I paid a guy like $15,000 to walk around and record me doing stuff because I was on this Gary V tip, RJ, where people were just like, put out content. You know what I mean? And I was
Yeah.
just like, what do I do? So I was just showing people what I did in my business, closing real deals, running a six and even some months a seven-figure company. And of course it's a steady business, right? But you
Right.
have to be consistent with it. And I just started documenting my journey, bro. And then along came my GroundZero group. And then I did not expect it, guys, but within 6 months we hit 10,000 members. And I decided that February of 2019 that I would throw my first real estate event and that I would do it for free. So, it's crazy to go through this notion because I wanted to tell you guys like how it really came about, because I wasn't planning to be this guy that threw events. I was fine just closing real estate deals, to be honest. But now I guess I'm an affiliate guru or something.
Right. Right.
Whatever that is, I don't care. The point is I can uh I've been able to reach people on a different level now. I've been able to be an impact to people, and I've been able to help people grow their businesses. And a lot of this stuff I've done for free, for free. So my first event popped off in February 8th of 2019, and it was called Wholesaling Houses GroundZero. And I brought so many people to one stage. RJ and Cassie showed up. I was super excited to have them there. And bro, like, it was a packed house. Like, I 100%, guys, at the door, we had probably a little over 900 people, but there was also people that were walking into the back and sneaking in. I can't tell if they were there for free booze or if they were there because they legitimately wanted to learn real estate. Either way, people got together, and in my eyes, I fulfilled a part of God's vision for me. And so, it was just a crazy experience, but we packed the house and we were super excited. That event I did 100% for free, and it built the foundation of what was to come an entire year later, which is now my GroundZero event. It's no longer just wholesaling, it's called GroundZero. And this event, I plan to cater it. And 100%, guys, we probably put $100,000 into putting this event together, between the production value, the speakers, paying for our speakers to come and share the stage. Let's be real, man. You ain't never seen a lineup like this. We got Carlos, Alex, and Sal with the All In guys. We got RJ,
Yeah.
closing deals in Alaska and Hawaii. Like, what, And for no reason at all, we got Vanilla Ice there just because it's there. You know what I mean? And, we got my good friend Max Maxwell in the building. There's so many speakers that are going to be at this thing, and I've just been very fortunate to create this community and to have been able to do good business and meet good people, to bring these people together to want to even spend 3 days out of their life and out of their time teaching people how to build their business from ground zero. People that have absolutely nothing, how can they create a 6 and 7 figure income? And this is going to be a full-blown experience, guys. Like, we're going to have my church in the building. They're going to be baptizing people. If you want to reacquaint yourself with the good Lord, of course, you don't have to get baptized at ground zero, bro. Who wants to get baptized at a real estate event?
Right.
We have massage therapists, taco trucks, barbecue trucks, everything that you guys want in a real estate
You have
event.
a barber.
We have a barber that's going to be there.
Barber?
That's going to be cutting everybody's hair if you want to get faded up while you're at the event. I got fire spinners coming, fire breathers, fire eaters. Like my whole crew that I used to roll with spinning fire in 2013, 2012 is going to be there, man. So, you know, I don't want this event to be like all of these other real estate events. My shit's going to be like the Woodstock of real estate events. Okay. So, you know, that's been it, man. Like, really excited about it. It's 3 days jam-packed full of value and just full-blown content. And I had all my speakers sign an agreement. RJ can back this because he's signed it as well, but there is no selling from the stage. So you're going to be receiving nothing but 100% value. And I cannot tell you how much of a journey it's been. This has been the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever had to put myself in. Like, I've closed some crazy deals, guys, and this is probably the hardest deal I've ever closed.
Well, let's talk about the speakers a little bit, because I think the awesome part about the lineup that we have is in 2020, the amount of influencers that you have. I don't think there's any larger influencers in single family real estate investing that you don't have. I mean, from Max Maxwell with what he's doing with, you know, Wholesaling Houses Elite, with his YouTube channel, his Facebook group, the We Live events. You've got Brent Daniels. I mean, everybody knows TTP, right? I mean,
phenomenal guy too. I love Brent.
Exactly. I mean, the dude is just awesome, right? And everybody, there's not a more recognizable brand than the black shirt with the TTP, you know, with his red tennis shoes. You know, everybody knows Brent Daniels. And then you got the all-in guys with what they're doing with, you know, their all-in events, their momentum events out in Phoenix, which you spoke at one of them. You know, I mean, those guys are changing, you know, hundreds of people's lives, you know, pretty regularly with their events. You know, hey, look, I don't know anybody that would say they don't want to meet Vanilla Ice, right? I mean, everybody knows about Ice Ice Baby, okay? And exactly. I mean, so I'm just excited to be able to, like, you know, see the guy perform. And oh, by the way, he does real estate too. I mean, he does a lot higher end real estate than the rest of us, you know. And so, but you know, there's other speakers that are coming on. You have a women's panel. Who's going to be on the women's panel?
Oh my God, man. The women's panel is just so heavy. So, you know, it's crazy because a couple of weeks ago, I had Nicole Espinosa, the short sale queen, in my office. And we shot a video that really showed how you can wholesale a short sale deal.
Yep.
And how you can properly align yourself with doing wholesales, short sales full time, you know, in the wholesale business. And it was a phenomenal conversation. And we decided at that moment that she was going to speak at the women's panel. We have Jade Flores. Jade Flores started out exactly where a lot of people are, just wholesaling, living on a mattress, you know, trying to figure out how they can make this thing work, walk in for dollars because they don't have a car to drive, you know?
Right.
And Jade is amazing. She runs the women's group here in San Antonio. It's a women's real estate meetup. And she's also your go-to hard money lender. She's a really good friend of mine. She is one of the lead sales reps for Longhorn Investments. She has a giant portfolio. She flips houses. She also is a phenomenal speaker. And that women's group that she has is one of the largest in the nation. So we also have Christina Spells, who is phenomenal. She has spoken at every We Live event that has happened. And Christina is just such a very knowledgeable person when it comes to creative finance. And she'd be dominating a market that is extremely hard to dominate, which she resides in St. Louis, you know, but she has such a good heart and she wears it on her sleeve. And I'm super excited about it. We have Cassie, you know, your business partner. Cassie's amazing. I love her, man. She's so knowledgeable about what she does with running a nationwide wholesaling business and doing multiple deals every single month, and I've had the pleasure of hanging out with her multiple times and her coming to support my event. Like, bro, like seriously, she will show love no matter what. And that's one of the things that you're going to love about Cassie is that I could just tell she's an open book with the way that you guys had presented on stage at my last event in October.
For real, if you want somebody to pour some love into you and you come to this event, go find Cassie in the hallway and she'll pour love into you for the next hour to 2 hours.
And Donovan is one of my really good friends. Donovan is such a good guy, bro. Like he's definitely someone that you want to be acquainted with if you're in Dallas, because he just has such a crazy business. And I've known him because I got a chance to share a stage with him, and his wife, we all had dinner together in Phoenix, and it was amazing, man, because him and his wife are just so alike. Like, I'm serious. They were literally meant to be. Yep. And Daniela is a phenomenal person. I'm telling you, I've gotten a chance to hang out with her, talk with her. Her and Don run that whole office in DFW, and it's a full-blown 7-figure wholesaling company. So, I mean, with every man, you have to have a supportive woman to back you up with what you're doing, right? Like, my wife may not be a real estate person. She's an artist, so she creates me in a way that I need to be created every single day. And in my eyes, I'm her masterpiece and she is the paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? So,
love it.
To have a woman in your corner that's running a business with you to that caliber is a very, very important thing. And Daniela, she also tried out to be, I believe, Mrs. Dallas or Mrs. Texas, right? Yeah. And she was in a beauty pageant. Like, bro, it takes so much balls to do something like that. And I'm just really excited to hear her story on that entire stage and really just break it down for us, what it takes to be a woman in this industry, all of them. Because let's be real here, real estate is very male dominated. And for a woman to come onto the scenes, to kill it the way that these females are, it does not happen overnight. It is very, very hard. And I'm excited to hear how they were able to create these businesses and that continue to thrive and impact the industry the way that they do.
And I'm just going to, not to undermine anybody else on that panel, but I'm going to go back to Nicole Espinoza. I think where we are in a market cycle, it's very important that you understand the short sell process and you align yourself with someone that's a short sell expert. I'm starting to see a lot more deals and appointments and leads that we go on, and it's like, look, the best solution for this seller is a short sell, and that's because of where we are in the market cycle. And I think that's only going to continue to increase as we continue along the path that we are, specifically here in DFW. And having someone like Nicole Espinoza on your team, she doesn't charge you anything. It's all wrapped up in the short sell. So Nicole is someone that I have been an advocate for the past 5 years. I love her to death. I'm super excited that she's going to be a part of the event itself. So if you're there, go find her. If you don't know who she is, she has her own YouTube channel. She's always pouring out free content and breaking down, how to wholesale a short sell. What is a short sell? When is it a good time to utilize a short sell, and how do you do it? Honestly, I don't know all the ins and outs because I just use Nicole and I just send it to her. So I'm super excited to have her be a part of the event. Who else do we got? We got Derek A. Cuff, right?
Oh yeah, Derek's my boy out in Houston. It's crazy because a couple years ago, it was actually 3 years ago in 2017, Derek and I had met up for the first time. We never met in person, but what we did click on was a few deals we were trying to work in Houston. Bro, I've been following Derek over the last 3 years, and to see him legit just basically go from wholesaler to full-blown just 100% real estate investor now is a 100% just like turnaround, and it's so crazy to see how when you start here and where you go, it's just such a crazy journey, right? But a lot of people, they legit stay with wholesaling. They don't ever try to become a real estate investor. And Derek flips multiple houses in Houston. He has a 100% legitimate business. It's him and his business partner. They both be killing it out there in the H-Town game. We're working a deal right now as we speak. He got one of my houses sold. We got a property on contract in Houston.
Love it.
for 60K and he got it sold at 75. We're working on securing the buyer as we speak. And he's a good friend of mine. He does real deals. I love Derek, man. He's a really good guy. And, you know, he's just out of nowhere started building a following and doing meetups in Houston, something that is very hard. You know, like in Texas, we have some solid camaraderie. And I hate to say this about Houston, but not a lot of people come together, you know, and when wholesaling happened, 80% of the crowd was like out of state, you know? And so what Derek is doing for the Houston community with bringing people together so that everybody can be, you know, on the same page, learning strategies from one another, building each other up and having that community. I mean, bro, it's ground zero. Like legit 3 years ago where he was at compared to where he's at now, like, you know, paid off car, paid off debt, real estate investor, flipping houses with his wife. Like, bro, it's a phenomenal journey, right? And I'm just super excited to have Derek on the lineup.
Yeah, and he's super charismatic and humble and just an open book. You know, if you follow him on IG, you pretty much have a good idea of what he's doing on a daily basis. I mean, he's a open book and transparent about what he's doing daily in his real estate business. So great guy to have on the lineup. Who else are we looking at? We got Keith Everett.
Oh, bro, Keith. Oh my God, bro. I have not met a guy that has just been just so real, bro. Keith probably would have been a really good Don. Like, I just picture Keith like in a suit, ready to bust someone. You know what I mean? Like, he's such a cool guy, bro. Like, honestly, out of all of my speakers, you know, I love all of them, but like Keith, bro, is such a special guy. And a lot of people don't understand how real some people can be, man. But like, until you break down someone's psyche, like Keith has been supporting me since day one. We did an IG live, I believe like 5 months ago. And I said, yo, Keith, bro, you know what, man? I want you to be on my lineup. And he said, bro, let's get it. Didn't even hesitate. Wasn't even like, are you sure? Or was it like, you know, like he was like, look, man, no opportunities missed over here. We get this spread. We doing this together. And, you know, Keith has been promoting the event. Keith has been blowing it up. He does 40 deals a month, man. 40 contracts I know he gets. Probably half of them close. You know what I'm saying? So Keith, bro, is a super cool guy, man. And he has the craziest story. That dude legit slept on a mattress on the floor, bro. And then out of nowhere has this business that he's been building over the last few years. And Keith is just a phenomenal guy, man. I'm super excited to have Keith. And also, you know, just like to throw this out there too, you know, like Keith has his business partner. He's not a solo man show, and his business partner and him have been building their business together. They got an office just like mine, you know, so we both have wholesaling operations that are nationwide, and we always collaborate and we always talk about what's working for us, man. But if there's anything about Keith, bro, that people are going to love about him is how genuine he is as a person and how crazy his sales skills are.
Right.
He spoke at an event, bro, recently, and he straight up closed the seller on stage.
That's
so,
awesome.
Like, you won't find that at any event. I'm hoping that he's able to recreate it at GroundZero.
Right.
It's definitely one of those things that's once in a lifetime. And, you know, it's just been a crazy journey. Now, my buddy Elijah Rubin.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. Yeah.
Elijah and his girl, Jennifer Coronado, they are the fire damage specialists, and they specialize in finding fire damage properties. They make money 3, even 4 times on a fire damage property using a creative niche that I've never heard before that he's going to be sharing with you guys on stage. My boy Brian Arigbu, House Buying Brian on IG, shout out to my boy Brian, is a creative finance genius, and he used to be a teacher. So if you ever heard Brian speak, know that he lights the stage on fire, bro. Like I saw him at We Live, and I've never met someone who could speak so like just fluently with what he was very passionate about. And bro, like Brian understands creative finance. He loves buying houses sub 2. He's all about creating wraps, lease options. Like he'll get in the nitty gritty with all of it, you know, and just being creative as an individual investor is somebody that you like, is something that you have to be when you get into the space. Some deals aren't 70% minus, you know, repairs, etc. equals your cash offer, yada, yada. You can make a deal work if you can just figure out how to get creative with it. And Brian is that creator. So, you know, Brian, he got put on, I forgot what happened, but I know that for a fact he did a video with Max Maxwell, and that blew up like crazy. And ever since then, you know, House Buying Brian, bro, you hear that name and you just know he's going to bring it, bro. So I'm super excited to have Brian.
He's
You know,
actually had multiple videos that have blown up. The one with Max blew up, and he also did one with Mike Hambright that blew up as well. It's one of Mike Hambright's most viewed videos as well. You got your hometown boys, Charles and Mike.
yes, bro. Those guys are risk takers, man.
Those
I'm not
dudes are
gonna lie.
crushing it, though.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. We talked about this a year ago, right? And I told Mike and Charles, and I said, hey guys, look, I really want y'all to speak at the event, you know, but like show me what you're capable of. And out of nowhere, bro, I mean, they didn't even have to. Mind you, they already have a 7-figure business. They don't have to show me or prove to me anything.
Right.
But legit, bro, they brought the fire, bro. They brought the fire. They probably bought like about 5 sub-2 deals from me with no equity. I had a deal on contract at 160 and the ARV was 160. And they bought it from me for a 10K assignment fee. Now, what they did with that property was very, very unique. So Mike and Charles do deals that are called subject to no equity deals. And the way that they create income, that they make money 3 times on a property. They make money on the down payment, on the cash flow that they're gonna make, and they make money by capturing the equity, aka appreciation, either down the line or the spread on the interest. So that's what's amazing, guys. So Charles and Mike, bro, like they buy 0 equity deals from me all the time. How many deals have you guys that are listening to this right now have you guys have found that your formula didn't work for you because they owed too much money on the property? Either one, you resort to short sale, right? That's almost number one. Either two, right? What's the second thing? You just let it go because you're not educated on what to do. Or 3, you can send it to Mike and Charles and they'll close it out and they'll pay you $5,000 to $10,000 per deal.
Right.
So that's been a huge thing for us. We have a whole marketing campaign that goes on right now that strictly goes after 0 equity deals. And we send all of those leads that are possible, you know, sales to Mike and Charles, and they buy us out, pay us those fees outside of closing too. Legit will write me a 5-10K check and then take over the project and everything. You know, it's just so crazy, guys, but they handle everything with the sub-2 acquisition and they do deals without equity. You don't find that. You don't find that. You know
no, you don't. You don't. You know, there's a handful of people in each market that are probably doing that are vocal about it. I'm sure there's other people that we don't know about. But and on top of that, Mike and Charles are just great guys. You know, I had the honor of meeting them a couple of times at different events, and just the amount of knowledge that they're just willing to pour into people is top notch. Let's talk
I've been
about
trying to get him like nicknames. Every time I talk to Charles, bro, it's just like I'm talking to the Godfather. Like,
for real.
I feel like I have to do a favor for this man.
Right. So you talk about not wanting to have a typical real estate event. You're going to have Vanilla Ice there. Vanilla Ice is going to perform, but we're also going to have our boy Dutch Jackson perform there, right?
Yep, it's going to be epic, man.
Yeah, so Dutch is going to open for Vanilla Ice, right?
Yep, you guys have no idea, but Dutch is a good friend of mine. I met him pretty much a year ago, and bro, like legit, all he did was create a song, and it was so catchy. I knew that I had to have this guy in my office. I invited him down. He drove from Dallas at 6 a.m. to be at my office by 8. He showed up in 3 hours on a 4-hour drive. He showed up in 2 hours on a 4-hour drive, but bro, Dutch is a very, very awesome guy. I'm super excited for him. He's very creative. He's an artist, a music artist above all else, but he's also a real estate investor. And his album D for D had dropped, I think, like late last year, and it's been blowing up in the real estate community, man. It's D for D, right?
Right.
R-E-I-E. Bro, I love Dutch. And, you know, Dutch is just such a cool guy. I'm super excited for him to perform at the event, open up. You know, but we have a lot of guys, especially from Dallas. We have my good friend Ty Lassiter, who does crazy owner finance deals. He was actually in the process of buying a property from me, bro, that he was going to buy subject to an existing lien. So Ty is all about buying houses sub-2, where there's massive curative title issues that need to be involved. And what's crazy, guys, he was going to buy this property subject to an IRS lien, and then figure out a way to foreclose on the property to wipe out the owner who had the lien that needed to be cleared on that property. And he was going to be able to get title commitment on that. I'm not going to go into detail on this, but it's a process that we're still going through right now, where he's removing a $46,000 IRS lien, paying me out $10,000, also giving me an equity share on the deal. And bro, it's crazy, but Ty is a really good and really knowledgeable person when it comes to creative finance. You know, he's definitely a hitter in Dallas, and I'm really excited to bring him down here. You know, he and Vanilla Ice to have an amazing relationship. We were able to get Vanilla Ice plugged in at a stupid discount, you know, to come through and just really just have a party, man. Like this thing, I want it to be a party.
I love it, man. So how can people find out more about the event, and how can they buy tickets?
Bro, go to thisisgroundzero.com. You're going to see an awesome page. You're going to see a big, handsome face. That's not Johnny Cash. That's yours truly, right? You're going to click on that little sign that says purchase tickets. And when you get to the checkout menu, guys, I want y'all to use, it's in all caps, titanium. And that's going to give you guys 10% off of your ticket purchase. Now, not just one single ticket. It's going to be off of the entire purchase. So if you go to the event page and you purchase 5 tickets, it's going to not just apply to one ticket, it's going to apply to them all. So guys, you know, this is going to be a crazy event. It's going to be happening Thursday through Saturday, February 27th through the 29th. And look, you know, I put my heart and soul into putting this thing together. This has been, like I said, the hardest deal that I've ever tried to close. And, you know, I'm super excited to just have so many heavy hitters in the room. Look, man, ultimately, man, I'm not trying to make money off of this event. That's not what it is. Every single dime from this event is going into making it an experience for those that are coming. I don't give a crap if 50 people show up. Those 50 people are going to get the greatest experience of their life. I will put that on God. That is how much I believe in it. I've put everything that I have into making this happen, guys. And I'm not going to lie, man, this is, again, has been the craziest deal that I've ever tried to close, man. But, you know, for all my people showing up, bro, I literally will declare this. You will not go to a real estate event like mine. This is going to be an experience. And I'm going to make it so it's just a welcoming thing. I'm not caring about just the education I'm going to give you. I'm caring about your soul, man. I'm caring about your soul. I want you to leave this place fulfilled. I want you to leave this place with your mind right and with the knowledge that you need to implement it into your business. You cannot build a successful business on a broken foundation. If you are broken, come to GroundZero, get your ass fixed, and know that after you learn what you learned from GroundZero, 7 figures is going to be right around the corner. I will literally stand by that. I will declare that. So guys, you know, I'm just super excited to have you guys. At the end of the day, you know, I got massive love for everybody that's been supporting the event. You know, if you want to meet RJ, Max, Alex, all of them, Vanilla Ice, Keith Everett, Elijah, Brian, Max, you know what I'm saying? I'll say Max again because he's amazing. You know, but like legit, Carlos, Christina, Brent, Charles, Cassie, RJ, Derek, like, bro, I handpicked this group specifically because I know what they do and I know what they're capable of. And I know that they are real people producing real results and closing real deals. There's going to be absolutely no selling at this event. Come to this event, get your life changed, meet our people, meet our speakers, take photos with them, get the knowledge that you want, pick their brains, and go home and kill it and change your life and change that of your families.
So I got to tell you something that's pretty crazy. I reached out to you. I said, hey, let's do a podcast, promote the event. I think this is a great way to do this. And I wake up this morning. We picked today randomly. Like there was no rhyme or reason. I wake up this morning, I'm looking on Facebook, and today is our 3-year friend anniversary on Facebook. And it shows me all the stuff that we've done together. You know, you've been on the podcast. I think that was your first ever podcast, right?
That was my first podcast.
First ever podcast. It's one of the best podcast interviews that I've ever done. It's one of the most listened to interviews that's ever been on the Titanium Vault. You came in, you did the Propelio show with me, Titanium Tuesdays. I drove down to both of your GroundZero events. I got to speak at one of them. It was a great time. We've talked about doing deals together. We've analyzed apartment complexes together. Cassie and I both are super honored to be a part of this event. We believe in the speakers that are there. This is a hell of a lineup. I mean, honestly, one of the best lineups that I've ever seen assembled. And I know it's full of people that want to pour into people. And the reason why I say that is because they're doing it every single day. Like if you go follow any of these people, then they're always putting out content and pouring into people. But there's nothing like meeting some of these people face to face, breaking bread with them at dinner, at lunch, at the after events. These events are life changing. Every one that I've ever gone to, I've done deals at, or immediately after, found new partners, found private money. This is how we've really built Titanium Investments, is around going to events like this and making relationships. So that's what this event's about, gaining knowledge and building relationships. Q, thank you so much for putting this on. I know it's a huge undertaking, and I'm sure it's been almost borderline detrimental to your life putting it on, because
Yeah,
it is so hard to put on, and it's a huge responsibility. But thank you so much for what you're doing for the real estate investing community. That's why I started this podcast, was to give back to the real estate investing community. And what's that turned into is now I get to go and speak at events like this and just continue to pour into people. So thank you for trusting Cassie and I to come to the event. And we get 35 minutes to pour into people, plus 3 more days in the hallways to pour into people, right?
yeah.
So we're gonna try to come up with our best our best content that we can for that time, and we're highly looking forward to it. So like you said, go to thisisgroundzero.com. Use the promo code Titanium, gives you 10% off your entire order, February 27th, 28th. And what an awesome day to be on, February 29th, right? You only get one of those once every 4 years.
Yeah,
February
exactly.
29th as well. Final thoughts, Q, before we sign off?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yo, and for you guys that may be second guessing it, yo, this event is for every single part of the business. It's not just wholesaling. That's why we call it Ground Zero. I don't care where you're at, whether you're at the bottom, whether you already have a sustainable business doing 15, 20 deals a month. This is where you got to be, because you want to get to the next level. Every
Yep.
single, bro, we have multiple 7-figure earners on this lineup. And I handpicked this lineup specifically, strategically, to be able to cater to every single need, no matter what age group you are, ethnicity that you are, where you're from, where you're at, where you're living, what the situation is. This event is for you, man. And I'm just super excited, yo. Like, if you come to my event, I will make it a point to shake your hand and answer your questions. There is not going to be a single person at this event that I'm not going to want to pour into. Like, you come to this event, man, you got my 100% attention. Like, I will be there with you the entire time. So
And
I
I'm
look
not
forward
gonna
to speaking to
lie,
you.
I'm not gonna speak for some of these people's financials because I don't know them, but because I kind of know them a little bit, and I've had some of them on the podcast. There might be a couple of 8-figure earners on this lineup with all of
Oh,
their
oh,
different businesses.
that's
So
awesome, bro. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Thank
awesome,
you so
guys.
much for having me, RJ.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for listening, man. Love y'all, and God bless y'all.
All right. Ground Zero, San Antonio, February 27th, 28th, 29th. That's
Word,
our
I'll mark it
episode,
down.
guys. We got another episode coming up on Friday this week. We'll see y'all then.
I'll see y'all later.